The power of leverage when investing in real estate. That's the topic. Let's get right into this. Hey everybody, welcome. Thanks so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so already, please consider hitting the subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you in advance. I really do appreciate it. So to better understand the power behind leverage when investing in real estate, we first need to understand what exactly is leverage. Now, you probably already know, but let's just take 1 minute and talk about this. Leverage is simply the use of somebody else's money to acquire an asset where you get to reap all of the rewards or the benefits. Sounds pretty amazing, right? You get to spend somebody else's money to buy what you want, and then you get all the benefits. Sounds like a dream world to me. I would love to do that all day. Spend somebody else's money and buy all the things that I want and then get all the benefits. I love that concept. Leverage is also known as OPM, or other people's money, or simply a mortgage or loan. Everybody knows this, right? Whether you're buying investment real estate or you're just buying a home to live in, many people go to the bank before they want to buy a place and they get a mortgage and then they go and buy their house, right? This is not a new concept at all. Well, the same thing applies to investment real estate. Let me give you a couple examples and put some numbers behind this so you can simply see the power behind leverage and why you can really maximize your ROI, return on investment, when investing in rental real estate. So let's get right into this. Let's say that you want to buy a $200,000 house. Your intentions are it's going to be an investment property. You're going to place a tenant after you take possession, and the property is going to cash flow. Well, what does that actually look like? So generally when buying investment real estate or rental properties, to get a mortgage on that, generally most lenders require 25% down. That's kind of the base rule of thumb, is 25% down. Now some lenders will allow you to get away with 20%. That's not unheard of. You can do it, but generally the interest rates are a bit higher. So across the board, it's typically 25 to 30% that you would put down on a property. So let's just use the 25% down on a $200,000 house just for this example. Now again, I do know that there are closing costs, but once again, let's just call it $200,000 just for simple math purposes. So we have a $200,000 property. You go to buy this thing. Well, with 25% down, you now need $50,000. So when you go to the closing table, you need 50 grand in a form of a check or whatever your lender tells you to do. And then your lender's going to show up with a check for 150 grand. So basically for every $1 you're putting down, your lender is saying, here, please take my $3 and add it with your $1 and we'll make $4. Get what I'm saying? So, wow, you've just made a nice, you've just leveraged your money, essentially is what I'm saying. You get the concept. So let's run through the numbers here. Okay, so you acquire the property, $200,000. You're into the deal for 50 grand, right? You're out of pocket for $50,000, but yet guess what? You own a $200,000 house. Yes, you own it, and you're only out of pocket $50,000. Sounds pretty cool. Well, now let's put some more numbers behind this. Okay, so you've taken possession, you have the property. You place a tenant into the property. You charge the tenant $1,500 to live in the property each and every month. Meanwhile, your expenses on the property are $1,084 every single month, which allows you to cash flow $416 month over month. $416 goes into your pocket as cash flow. Well, over the course of 1 year, 12 months, you have now $5,000 of cash flow in your pocket. Well, guess what? You put down $50,000 on the property. You know what that means? You just achieved a 10% ROI, return on investment, 10% by leveraging the property. Guess what? The bank's not giving you 10%. The bank's not even giving you anywhere near 10% to put your money in there. You could take that same 50 grand, put it in a savings account, and after the end of the year, you'll have maybe $100, $200, maybe if you're lucky from interest. But then guess what? You got to pay taxes on that interest then too. So yeah, putting your money in the bank is not the best thing. However, you just achieved a 10% ROI by buying a $200,000 house, throwing down 50 grand, and cash flowing $416 per month. Cool, right? 10%. Wow, that's a pretty nice return. In general, you can't even get that in the stock market. Generally, the stock market yields about 7 to 8%, but that's a totally different conversation. Now, let's look at this same $200,000 house example, except in this example, you paid cash for the property. Now, what do the numbers look like? And now, what does your ROI look like? Okay, same example. The $200,000 house, but rather than going to the lender, you decide, hey, I got 200 grand sitting here. I'm going to throw it down and buy myself a house, and I'm going to have it as an investment property. Cool stuff. Congratulations on having $200,000, by the way. That's a nice chunk of change. But either way, here you go. You go to the closing table, you throw down your 200K, you have possession of the house, 100% possession. Nobody owns anything. You own all of it, 100%. You put the same tenant in the property. They pay you $1,500 of rent per month. Well, now your expenses on the property are only $500. Maybe property taxes, insurance, maybe association dues, or any other expenses associated with the property. Let's just call it, for easy math purposes, let's just say it's $500 a month. Okay, this is pretty cool. You're cash flowing $1,000 per month every single month, month over month, for the entire year. Well, as we arrive at the end of the year, you're sitting there with 12 grand of cash flow sitting in your pocket. Again, congratulations. That sounds pretty cool, right? $12,000 versus the $5,000 of cash flow that you received from the other example. However, how does this compare to your ROI? Well, $12,000 of cash flow on $200,000 of cash thrown down is only a 6% return. Again, far more than your bank is going to pay you. Typically, it's about 10 times more than your bank is going to pay you. Even the most generous bank out there will only pay you about 0.5% right now. So in interest. So either way, you're still making a much better return on this investment versus your bank. But either way, can you see the difference here now? You paid cash for the property. You're cash flowing $1,000 a month, but you're only getting a 6% ROI, return on your investment. Meanwhile, you threw down $50K. You financed the other $150,000 and you're cash flowing $5,000 or 10% ROI. Do you see the power behind leverage now? Let's use another quick example. You have your same $200,000. You could take that $200,000, you could go and you could buy 4 houses for the same $200,000. Just like the first example, you could take the 50 grand, throw it down on one house. Well, let's just say you have the $200,000. Now you go and you buy 4 houses. You leverage the other 150 on all 4 houses, so you throw 50 down on all 4 houses. Now guess what? Now do you see the power of leverage? Yeah, it adds up real fast, really fast. Anyway, I hope this example gives you a little bit of material to think about, but leverage is incredibly powerful. But hey, full disclaimer, leverage can also be incredibly dangerous if you don't know what you're doing and you do not practice due diligence and do your research. In the event where you are over-leveraged, that could get really bad really fast. So please just recognize I am not giving you investment advice, but rather I'm helping you to understand the power behind using other people's money to use leverage to invest in rental real estate or investment real estate. It's incredibly powerful, but again, you got to know what you're doing. Leverage is amazing when you know what you're doing, and it hurts really bad when you don't know what you're doing. Please be safe. A lot of people can get very, very hurt when they're using leverage. You just got to know what you're doing. Anyway, I hope this example helps you out. It's an amazing concept, loving some leverage. I love using other people's money, or I should just say, I love spending somebody else's money. Seriously, let's just get it right. I love spending somebody else's money, especially the bank's money. I love taking money from the bank and spending it myself on the things that I want. Anyway, have a nice day, everybody. Thanks so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. You're awesome, and I'll continue to be here for you and to share all of my knowledge, my passions about all this stuff with you. I love it. I'm obsessed. You probably see it in me. Anyway, enough out of me. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, everybody. See you later.